Good evening, I'm Scott Schaefer. Shortly after taking off from Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, passengers on board a plane bound for Detroit learned the aircraft had mechanical issues. Newswatch 16's John Meyer has been on the story ever since this evening. He joins us now live from the airport. John.
Scott, that Delta flight did land safely here at the airport, but it ended up being a round-trip flight from Wilkes-Barre Scranton to Wilkes-Barre Scranton for about 40 passengers on that plane. The plane took off from here earlier this evening and then had to circle around for about an hour before returning to a runway surrounded by rescue vehicles. Fire trucks and ambulances rushed to the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Airport for reports of an approaching plane with landing gear troubles. And Newswatch 16 was there as Delta Flight 4061 touched down on the runway. The plane stopped safely, and fire trucks surrounded it to make sure everything was okay.
You get a little worried when they tell you emergency crews are standing by.
40 or so passengers found themselves back in the terminal after their flight to nowhere. They say they took off, had problems with the landing gear right away, then had to return. But that took about an hour.
The pilot came on and he said, the gear's down. We got to go back to Scranton. So we came back, we circled around for a long time, he said, to burn fuel.
What followed was a rough landing.
We came down to land and just shimmied, vibration, felt like we were going to crash.
We hit the ground and it was easy, and then the front nose came down and it went violently shaking. The pilot said after we got down on the ground that he had never felt anything like that before.
I do apologize for the inconvenience tonight. Thank you.
Once they landed, the airline directed passengers back to the counter to rebook their flights after what most called an inconvenience, not an ordeal.
The stewardess was wonderful. She told us step by step what was going to happen. The pilot came over the plane, over the speaker, and told us exactly what was happening, and we were constantly reassured the whole time, so there was no panic on the plane at all.
We're alive, it's safe, it's great, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
Now, the airline did rebook most of those passengers on flights for tomorrow so they can get to where they were going. Of course, those travelers may have to deal with snow when they try to get out of here. Then it's actually just starting to snow here now. John Meyer, Newswatch 16, reporting live at the Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport.
John, thanks very much.